passes by.
Hi everybody. So the next few vlogs are going to be a little bit different. There's going to be less of me and more of you. And this also maps, in my opinion, to passion. And I can see Vikram rolling his eyes. More passion, more cowbell. You bet. Here it comes. So it's also mappable to what are you doing in your spare time? And there's a bunch of students who have been doing some cool things. And they've been nice enough to share their story in a video format. So I'm going to share that with you, and I'm really excited about this. A number of you are worried about grades. So, and I understand. So remember that episode 7 describes the rules if you need clarification. And the short of it is you need to watch all the vlog episodes, and you're only required to watch the beginning and the end. You don't need to watch the middle part. And you need to comment on each one and watch them in order. And if you do that, you will earn your third quarter grade for the semester. If you want to bump it up more or have the potential, then you need to watch the technical portion and work on the labs or the associated part, just as described in episode 7. And then I'll have a conference with you at the end of the quarter, and we'll discuss whether it warrants a bump up. On this episode, or actually last episode, and this one at the beginning, you might have noticed that there's been some changes in the music. And it was a little bit of a teaser last episode, and a little bit here just before this. And for the rest of this episode, you're going to hear about where that music came from. I hope you enjoy.
Can we go down the line, starting with Dominic, and just introduce yourselves?
Okay. Hi, I'm Dominic Manzano. I'm the drummer of Rotten Apple Trees.
Hi, I'm Phil Martirosian. I play bass and I do some of the vocals.
And trumpet.
And trumpet sometimes. I'm not very good at it.
I'm Lucas. I play guitar.
I'm Harrison. I play guitar and I sing somewhat. You sing too?
Sometimes.
We make him sing.
Yeah, it's
We make him sing.
I don't like doing it.
Do you all do vocals at some point?
Yeah, Dominic does vocals.
Oh yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do vocals, don't you?
Yeah.
Dominic, is there a mic in front of your mouth, or is it just that you yell loud enough so that, you sing loud enough so that other mics pick up your voice?
No, it's in front of my mouth.
Yeah, he jumps on the microphone and then Lucas jumps on the drums.
The old the active switch.
All right, cool. So how did you guys get started?
Well, we were in a band, Dominic and me, with Phil. We were in this other band with 2 other people, and that band wasn't really doing anything. So Dominic and I started recording our own music, and then after we released that, then Phil asked if he could join us, and then he joined us. And so the band is like about 4 years old, but we've been playing together for about 5+ years.
Yeah,
Wow.
we officially started it pretty much halfway through me and Dominic's freshman year, second semester, pretty much. So,
Yeah.
All right.
And Lucas joined us about a year ago now.
Really?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so Lucas is the new guy.
Yeah.
Oh. So how did you get your name? Your band name?
It's kind of a stupid pun on our last name because Dominic and I we're brothers. I don't know if we mentioned that, but
I didn't know that.
Our last name is Manzano, which is Spanish for apple tree, and so I kind of made a pun of rotten apples and then made rotten apple trees on our last name.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I didn't even know if Dominic would say yes to being in a band with me. I thought he was stupid and say no, but
Oh,
nice he did. And
Jeez.
yeah, now we're here.
So who's older?
I'm
he
the
is.
older one.
You're 21.
Ah, okay. So I was sort of close then on the announcement. Like I got a couple of the words right. Rotten and apple.
Yeah.
I just forgot tree.
Yes.
Apologies.
It's a long name.
So do you guys do, I mean, I know you wrote the song, the corny song. That's actually been played in my classroom, which last year, which was totally cool. Do you do covers also?
Once in a while, very rarely. The one we did the most was Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash.
Oh, do you know all the words to that, or do you read them?
I learned them eventually, but I mean, it's been a while, so I probably forgot some. But what we like to do with covers is we don't like to just kind of take the base level thing. We like to try to change them up a little bit. It's not just basically playing the exact same thing.
Yeah. So you interpret a song, and then it becomes more like you've sprinkled your juices all over it.
Yeah, because like a good cover should just sound like that band that's covering it made the song. We don't want it to sound like we're just playing Johnny Cash. We want it to like do a punk version or a different idea of it. And we cover songs a lot, like just when we're practicing, but that's like one of the few ones we'll do live because we feel like we've changed it enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes we'll just play it, but we don't want to play it live unless we feel like we've changed it enough.
Cool. So who does the writing?
Well, yeah,
These three.
Lucas has been writing songs too. He's been bringing a lot, and I do. So the three of us usually do. We'll like write the lyrics and like the bass idea, and then bring it to everyone else, and then we'll kind of like all add little things to it, shape it.
Wow, that's cool. You know what's interesting, and interruptions are good, by the way. You know what I've noticed about doing this vlog? When things get screwed up, it gets more interesting.
Yeah.
When people record things, they get nervous and they want everything to be perfect, and you take multiple takes, and it's like, oh, my hair didn't look good or whatever. And what I've noticed is when it gets messed up, it's like, well, let's keep that. It's like it's not perfect. So whoever just knocked on the door, they come back, invite them in. So I noticed when you guys asked each other, or when I asked you who wrote the songs, all of you immediately pointed to somebody else, which to me is the opposite of like Lennon, McCartney, or Simon and Garfunkel. They are always, there's these ego things that happen that are so sad, but I see it. We all see it, and I think that's really cool. Like you guys were, it's like we did this together. I like that. How long does it take to make a song?
It takes the longest for me, for sure. I take maybe a week or 3 to just write my lyrics, and then bring it to them and see if they like it. And then I finally finish all the instrumentals.
Yeah, mine are pretty quick. Like I just come up with an idea, and then I just kind of write it all in like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we never really do revisions.
Yeah, it sounds great already.
But then it takes probably a couple of months of us all playing together until we flesh it out to fully how we're gonna record it.
And add all the additional parts to it.
And we kind of constantly just add things and try different, to make it more interesting, because instead of playing the same thing over and over.
It depends, man. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes, and then there's the one that I showed you guys. It took me half a year to get the whole thing done.
Yeah,
it's a range.
Oh, you know what? I just realized, you guys, you're not doing a very good job of social distancing.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Or are you guys? Do you guys you're all germed together? Two of you are brothers. So okay, you're fine. And then How about Lucas and Phil? Like, have you guys been together like the whole time?
Yeah, a lot of it we've been together.
Yeah.
All right, so your germs are all spread.
Yeah, we're all together. Exactly.
But if you leave here, not to put you on the spot, do you guys put masks on and like?
Oh yeah.
I'm not
All
trying to get.
Okay. Cool. So I can't remember. This is like an old age issue. I was either talking to Dominic or to Lucas, and they were telling me that you guys were planning a road trip up the western coast. And so either this happened last year, like Dominic told me last year and it happened last summer, or Lucas told me this year and it's maybe in jeopardy. Can you guys tell me which one it is?
It was both, because we had one plan and then it didn't fall. It fell through, and then this time around we definitely had one plan and we were gonna do it. But
Yeah, we had places booked.
yeah, we had places booked. We had it ready, but this time it got ruined by the coronavirus.
We don't know, but we haven't heard if it's. But
Yeah,
it's
and
probably not.
And it's looking like since we don't know how long it's gonna, like, the quarantine's gonna last.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really sad. Where would you have gone this summer?
So the plan was to start in Los Angeles. We were gonna go to Phoenix, Riverside, San Diego, and then kind of work up towards the Bay Area, Berkeley, and then we're gonna finish up in like Eureka in Oregon, and then come back down to LA or Orange County. So it was mostly gonna be in California with Phoenix and Eureka as outliers in other states.
And did you guys have places booked at each of those cities?
Yeah, we had we were going to go with our friends Beach Freaks, who actually Lucas and Phil are both in, and their guy was booking some of it, and I was booking some of it. I had some things booked, and he did too, but we don't know at this point if these places are closed or if they're going to reopen, because it was going to be in about June. So we have no idea at this point if it's going to go through or not.
Wow, that's really cool that that you can do, like, I wouldn't even know how do you book something? You call up a bar and tell them, hey, I sing songs.
Basically, you just look up bars and venues, and they usually have a different page for where to reach them for booking if you're an artist, and then send them our music and our social media and all that, so they can see how many people are interested in our things, and they can get an idea of our sound. And then most of the time they don't respond or anything, but you get some people that do, and eventually you start building up a
Network.
not network, like a itinerary, almost, like a what
Cool.
cities.
Well, I hope things get better so you can do that. So where are you guys?
So we're at my house, but this is a guest house that we use for a practice area. And so this is like a kitchen and a bunch of there's a bunch of stuff here that's left over from the move. And then over there's like a practice room. It's like
Wow. So asking for a performance maybe isn't so out of line, or?
Well, I guess it'd have to be acoustic.
Yeah, because it's gonna be a really long.
I'm sorry, no.
Give me the cajon.
Dominic,
Yeah.
can't you just slap on your lap? Like yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the Beach Boys. Yeah, I'll get a cajon.
Okay.
We're just trying to think of ones we can do acoustically. Effectively.
We could do.
Oh, we could do good old days. That's perfect.
Let's do.
But we had one person, Lucas. You're still in the class.
He hasn't signed yet. This guy hasn't signed.
We could do. We could do pretty okay.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty okay. It's perfect. Okay.
It's pretty okay.
Wait, Lucas, why did you say no to that? The last suggestion. Why were you against that?
If it's not good, Well,
No,
okay,
it's one of our best songs, but Lucas doesn't like singing.
I don't. Okay, it's not. It's better electric. It's not good enough.
Oh no, it'd be perfect.
Lucas does sound like excuses.
Nah. You guys know what you're talking about.
All right, we got one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one starts with a drum intro, but it won't sound the same as the recording.
Wait.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do the bass and you can do the snare?
I can just do it.
Oh,
You can help, but I don't know if it's gonna come through.
All right,
you
I'll
ready?
go with this.
Cool.
What mother say it's true? What song was I to? I hate my stupid voice. I hate my stupid words. Take yourself with good care. Feeling bad, you should share. I don't want any more. I'll lay here on the floor. I know what I want. Take my sweet time. I should just stop. I should shut up.
Thank you.
That was great. And it recorded nice. And yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so we're almost done. And Phil and Harrison don't know me, but I'm passionate about passion. So it's sort of my mantra to help kids find their passion. So I'd like to go through each of you and tell us if one of my definitions of passion is, what do you do in your spare time? So obviously you guys spend a lot of time doing this. So the question is this your passion, and do you see yourself trying to make this your career for your life, or where do you see this going, or is it a side project and you'll go be a coder or whatever? So go around the room, please.
All right, I'll start since I was in class. I guess, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty big passion for me, especially the recording side of doing music. I do that a lot, and I'm always in that room over there with microphones set up and recording side projects and recording this band and recording other bands, and playing drums is also really important to me. It'd be really awesome if this is the thing I could do for the rest of my life, but I have other things that I could possibly do, but I don't know, I'd really like to stick with this. That'd be the best possible thing that I could.
Cool. So I got a question, Dominic. When you say recording,
like, are you into the amplifiers and setting filter bandwidths and turning knobs and stuff? Like, when you watch a movie and they go into the recording studio and there's one of those big ass things and they move these little dials and stuff. Like, do you do that kind of thing, or what do you mean by recording?
Well, I set up all the microphones in the room with the bands. Like for drums specifically, it's more difficult because you have to have like 8 microphones or like 16. You could have as many microphones as you could on like a drum set because it's acoustic. And so there's kind of a science to it because you have to make sure that the microphones are in phase with each other so they don't like the frequencies aren't like bouncing off each other and making a bad sound. And I also EQ all of the tracks and stuff like that. And I mix them, and I play with the knobs and stuff.
Wow. So did you just like learn how to do that, like just by trial and error, or did you take a class or YouTube, or how do you learn this stuff?
A lot of it is trial and error. I've been doing it probably like for almost as long as we've been around as a band. I've had the equipment, and at first I had no idea what I was doing, and I still kind of don't have any idea what I'm doing. I have a little bit better of an idea, but most of it's trial and error. Some of it's like I see other people doing it, like we record with someone else, and I see what he's doing, and I kind of copy it, and I see other people do different things, and a little bit is YouTube, but a lot of it is just kind of me recording over and over and over and over again and making it better each time, something like that.
Cool. Very good. All right. Next.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically what Dom said, besides the engineering aspect of it. It'd be great to do this for a living. We're gonna work on it as long as we can. But if that doesn't work out, I definitely want to do something related to music, even if it's not playing it. Like I'm planning on doing a double major in business and music, so maybe I could like choose music for a commercial or something. Like, so it sounds lame, but I think it's really cool. Something like that.
Yeah. Very good. And do you think the whole writing songs, that kind of stuff, that you keep doing that too?
Yeah, definitely. I do. That's what I do in my spare time when I'm not with everybody. I'm just working on stuff on my own.
Wow. How many songs do you have? Like, do you write one song and work with it until it's done, or do you have like a whole bunch of them that are all at different phases of maturity?
I used to write the whole song. I play like all the things you need. Really, I play guitar, bass, and drums. So I used to write the whole song, guitar, bass, drums, anything extra, and then lyrics. But now I just don't care enough. So I'll just write like a riff, and then I'll write like a hook, and then I'll just bring it to these guys and see what we can do.
Wow, that's cool. All right, thanks. Okay, Mr. Phil, Mr. Trumpet Man.
Yeah, so I am really trying to do this for the rest of my life. I actually go to Berklee College of Music in Boston.
Really?
And, I'm a bass principal there, and I'm trying to basically, of course, I can say that. I'm trying to pretty much become a studio musician or be like a gigging bass player as like my job, as my career.
Wow.
Either that, or I was gonna be like a songwriter, like behind the scenes, like writing for pop acts and stuff like that. Because I mean, yeah, I kind of have to do this. This is like I'm doing. So yeah.
Because of the degree thing.
I mean, it's less for the degree. For me, it's more just to like meet all the people that are within the industry. Because you don't need a degree to go and get into the music industry. They don't care.
Sure. Right. I agree.
I'm just going to meet people and pretty much get as good as I can.
Cool. Yeah. So, Phil, yeah, I know where the building, the main thing is for Berklee College of Music. And do you know what's across the street?
There's a Guitar Center. There's also Dunkin' Donuts.
Or maybe I have the wrong place. Isn't the main place for the Boston Symphony Orchestra close?
Oh yeah, it's like 2 blocks away.
Yeah. Okay.
You can get tickets for $3 and you can go see them. They're amazing. Like I don't even like classical music. They're great.
Say it again. Oh, okay. So anyway, I grew up in Boston,
Oh, yeah.
and my parents were season ticket holders to the BSO. So I was a little kid that wasn't too excited about classical music, but I have frequented that place so much that I knew where your college was. That's cool. Do you like Boston?
It's cold. Weather's not
Yeah.
as great as this year, but it's a cool place. Yeah.
And you're here because of quarantine?
Yeah, I would usually be back up there studying.
Wow, bummer.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
cool.
except with these guys. So.
Good attitude. And what year are you? Phil? What year?
I'm a freshman right now. But I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
be-
just started. Oh, did you go to CV?
Yeah, I did. I went to CV for 3 years and then I transferred out to an arts high school after this.
Cool. And Mr. Harrison.
Yeah, I would. My goal is to keep doing this, especially in a band setting. I would love to do this as a career. It's kind of hard though because we don't like rock and roll isn't really a thing that people care about or want to listen to anymore. So I don't know like how realistic that is, but I don't really have a backup at this point. But I'm just going and getting my degree at CSUN and working at that. But I would love to do playing music, especially in a band like this as a career.
Cool. All right. Thank you. So there's a lot of reasons that I wanted to do this, but I would say the number one reason was because of what I just asked you guys. Because it's obvious to me without, it was a rhetorical question. Obviously, you guys, I know two of you, and my passion detector went off with both of them. So I encourage you to keep doing this. Like, I think this is so cool. And yeah, who knows? The future is uncertain, all that stuff. But the whole music thing, who knows where it's going to go? And when I was your age, it was whoever was being played on, Jack FM or whatever. And now with all the different pathways of indie music and all that kind of stuff, it seems like there's a lot of opportunity. You need your lucky breaks or whatever, but I'm a cheerleader for you guys, and I hope you can do that tour. Like in some way, like that. That just seems like so cool. So, thank you. Thanks for taking part of your Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, you've always been like you helped us play at the quad and all that, and having us do this is really cool too. And yeah, I mean, thanks for all this.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Mead.
Thank you.
My pleasure.